tips for Munich. Munich is a city with such diverse, interesting opportunities that it is difficult to create a top 10. The old, memorable buildings invite you to marvel and offer a variety of photo opportunities. Various museums offer cultural enrichment and provide variety not only on rainy days. Soccer fans get their money's worth in Munich, as do friends of cultivated culinary delights. Despite the abundance of possibilities, we have compiled a list of activities that you should definitely have done in Munich. The Bavarian State Opera. Munich is home to the Bavarian State Opera, which offers a special experience not only for opera lovers. At different prices, you can get tickets for the various performances here at a high level and spend an evening full of culture and art. The performances range from operas for children to ballet, orchestras, theaters and solo artists. The artists' performances are always outstanding and will provide even seasoned opera fans with a fantastic show. But the building itself is also beautiful, from the exterior facade, to the foyer, to the actual concert hall. This makes every visit a very special experience and you can experience every performance in an incomparable ambience. In the small bars in the opera house itself, you can also get delicious canapés right on the spot, if you don't want to end the evening somewhere else. St. Peter's Church. When visiting Munich, a visit to St. Peter's Church should not be missed. The church may seem a bit unimpressive from the outside compared to the buildings that kill it, but inside the building is beautiful and with their 800 years of history absolutely worth seeing. Among other things, St. Peter's Church is famous for its impressive high altar, but the overall design of the church invites you to linger and is also an interesting option for photographers. St. Peter's Church also houses the richly decorated bones of St. Mundische, which can be viewed there in a glass coffin. Marienplatz. After a visit to St. Peter's Church, it is a good idea to visit the heart of Munich, the city square Marienplatz. Architecturally interesting old buildings surround it on all sides and there is much to see and marvel at. One important landmark located directly on Marienplatz is the new City Hall. This is not only a visual delight, but also features the famous Glockenspiel several times a day, for which everyone gathers together on Marienplatz. Here, in addition to another must-see, you also experience a multicultural diversity that must be seen. Of course, Marienplatz is very frequented by tourists, which you should be prepared for. For photographic ventures with the old buildings, it is therefore recommended to avoid the weekend. After the canvassing of the sites, you can also drink a delicious beer directly at Marienplatz, which of course must not be missing in Munich in any case. Perfectly located in the heart of the city, you can also start your shopping tour right here. Ratskeller. Although Munich offers a variety of excellent restaurants with different international cuisines, a visit to a typical Bavarian location should definitely be on the plan. The Ratskeller is located right on Marienplatz, so it's a great place to combine a visit with other must-sees. The inn is, as the name suggests, underground. Nevertheless, it is extremely cozy and typically Bavarian furnished. The quality of the food and service is highly praised. The prices are absolutely reasonable and a visit there is definitely worth it. Hellabrunn Zoo. For families with children or ambitious photographers, a trip to the Hellabrunn Zoo is worthwhile, especially during the summer months. Here, efforts are made to keep the exotic animals as species appropriate as possible. This means that they can be admired in a habitat that is as natural as possible. In addition, Hellabrunn was the first zoo in the world to show the animals sorted by their continents of origin, which is still the case today. Especially for children who need a break from all the cultural treasures of Munich, the zoo offers a successful diversion in the style of a little trip around the world. Hellabrunn Zoo regularly welcomes offspring among its animals and is known for its offspring of polar bears, among other things. So an excursion is definitely worthwhile. Tip: if you visit the park during the week and in less inviting weather, you can easily avoid the crowds and examine the animals in peace. Olympic Park. Although Munich's Olympic Games are now quite some time ago, the new-fangled architecture of the Olympic Stadium offers a fashionable change from the ostentatious buildings of the city centre. The building is well worth seeing, but the surrounding park is also a great way to take a break from all the sightseeing and unwind. Here you can take a walk in the greenery. If the weather is bad, but you still want to see the famous stadium, you can combine your visit to the Olympic Park with a visit to sea life, where especially the children will again get their money's worth. In any case, a visit to the TV tower is also worthwhile. In good weather, you have an incredible view, not only over Munich, but as far as the snow-covered peaks of the mountains. The tower is also home to the famous restaurant 181, where you can enjoy delicious food in the upper price range with this wonderful view. So, the Olympic Park is a great destination no matter what demands you have for a successful day of travel. BMW World and BMW Museum. You don't have to be a car connoisseur to enjoy a visit to the BMW Museum, but those in particular will naturally find their hearts racing here. The building itself is, like so many in Munich, already designed particularly appealing and photographically quite worth a second look. Inside are then various exhibits around the good German car brand BMW. From very old cars to very new ones, there is a lot to marvel at. In the BMW world, you can even test drive some models that you might otherwise never get to see in your life. In addition, of course, you get a lot of information about the individual models and processes. A factory tour is also possible and also interesting not only for car fans. The tour of the building complex does not take much time, so depending on personal interest, after about an hour you are already ready for other sightseeing destinations. Admission to the BWM world is also free of charge. Nymphenburg Palace. A bit away from the hustle and bustle of the city, visitors are treated to an imposing sight. Nymphenburg Palace welcomes with an enormous outdoor complex that alone would justify a visit. Here you can combine sightseeing with relaxation and dream of times long past, when real princes and kings inhabited this complex. Swans cavort on the water in front of the castle. The park is adorned with quaint old bridges. Here the heart of all photographers, historians and architecture fans beats faster. The spacious grounds are a highlight for everyone. Of course, the castle can also be visited inside and a look at the birthroom of King Ludwig II become. The free parking spaces around the complex are practical, so that a visit remains affordable. Allianz Arena and FC Bayern Adventure World. After seeing the typical sights and photographing them for posterity, soccer fans and FC Bayern Munich fans in particular are recommended to visit the Allianz Arena. To make sure it doesn't get boring, the FC Bayern Adventure World offers an exhibition of the trophies won, interactive games and films, as well as various exhibitions on professional sports. Here, every soccer fan gets his money's worth, and especially for foreign guests, a visit to a German soccer stadium is definitely part of the program. Neuschwanstein Castle. About 1.5 hours by car from Munich lies the famous Neuschwanstein Castle, a building by Ludwig II. If you have several days available in Munich, you should definitely take the short drive. It is not for nothing that some companies offer day tours from the city center to the castle if you arrive without a car. The castle is also easy to reach by train. Neuschwanstein Castle has a great recognition value all over the world and reminds of a castle as it appears in the fairy tales of the Brothers Grimm. Here you can relax in nature and admire the majestic view of the castle from the surrounding mountains. Parts of the castle can also be visited from the inside. Especially if you travel from far away or even from abroad, you should not miss this famous building. In the evening, enriched by many impressions and experiences, you can then return to the city and enjoy a Paulaner beer in one of the many Munich restaurants. The selection of sights here shows what a diverse city is. Of course, there is much more to discover, but with the selection made here, you have a full, varied program where all family members and interests get their money's worth.